Today I'm going to show you two different ways to do a provisional cast on. You're going to need a crochet hook and some smooth yarn to begin either method. So I have my crochet hook and a smooth bright yarn, and you start the first provisional cast on by just making a chain, and the chain can have more stitches than your cast on actually calls for. So if I wanted 10 stitches, I could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and there's enough for my cast on, but I can do a few extra just to make it secure. Pull that last loop out, and the stitches are not going to go anywhere, so you don't have to tie off that end. So there we have a nice crochet chain. You can see it looking like a braided chain on the front side. If you turn it over, on the back side you see a series of bumps, and they look suspiciously like pearl bumps. See them here and here, all along the chain. These are the bumps you're going to work into as if they were knit stitches. So we take our chain on the back side, and you don't have to start with that first one because remember we put extra stitches on. So I'm going to start here on sort of in the middle and put my needle right through there as if it were a knit stitch. It helps to do your provisional cast on in something that's a striking contrast to your working yarn so that you can see it easily. And I am an English knitter, so I'm using my yarn in my right hand to just knit a stitch right into that bump on the back. See it? And then we move on to the next bump and knit into it just as if you were knitting up stitches along the edge of something, just like that. There's my chains, there's my bumps. Move into the next bump and knit. There's 3. 4, 5, you have to be careful not to split your chain or it won't unzip properly at the end. And we'll talk about the unzipping when I get there. There's 2, 4, 6, 7. Finding those bumps on the back. It also doesn't matter if you skip one or do them in order. You can probably even do 2 stitches in one bump, because all of the provisional cast on is going to go away. There's 9, and oh, where's that bump? There's my chain, there's my bump, there's 10. So I have extra provisional cast on either end, and 10 stitches on my needle. I can proceed to knit just like normal. And if you're a continental knitter, you do the same thing. You just hold your yarn in your left hand and knit those stitches just as if they were plain old stitches. You just work into the bumps on the back of your chain and proceed with your pattern. There's a knit row. I'll do a purl row so we can see a plain stockinette. When it's time to reclaim the live stitches on the bottom, you finish, get that tail out of the way, finish your row, and now we can go back to the provisional cast on. The big loop where we left off, I can see my knit stitches, my work. And the unzipping part, I like to call it unzipping, where you just pull on the chain and it pulls right out and see the live stitch that gets left. I'm going to go ahead and pick that up. Just like that. And pull another one. And there's a live stitch. Let me pick that up. And you can unzip this all at the same time if you understand. Oh, that's a little bit caught. Feels like I split my provisional work. If you understand that your stitches are not actually going to go anywhere when you unzip the whole thing, that the live stitches are going to be waiting right there for you when you're done. And then you have live stitches on the bottom, live stitches on the top, or you can bite these off and then have live stitches on the bottom. And continue to pull this out until you have all of your stitches on a needle again.